They have no need, but they'll do anyway. How many property fights, this, that, so many people are dying all over the world. Intrigues. So this is a very difficult world to live in. Superficially, like right now in America, they're doing this big case. One of the big rich sportsmen has over $10 million. He's accused of murdering his wife and her boyfriend. The Simpson case, every day is coming in the paper. Is he guilty or not? This is a big question. So many evidences and big media event. They're raising the point. If someone may be famous, rich, he may have so much, but he could still be a murderer. He can have a whole other side to him. So we want to internally purify ourselves, bring out the contamination and have a pure consciousness. Just like you wash clothes every day, nicely dressed, clean clothes, because you wash them. Similarly, we have to wash our consciousness. Lord Chaitanya's taught, Darpanumarchanam. Cleanse the consciousness by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Our consciousness also gets affected by greed, by lust, by desires. And we can keep our consciousness pure. Bhagavad Gita says whatever we eat, that affects our consciousness. If we eat tamasic food, that promotes that to tamasic consciousness. If you eat rajasic food, it promotes a rajasic consciousness. If you eat sattvic food, food in the mode of goodness, it promotes a more good consciousness. Fruit, grains, vegetables, milk products, these are in the mode of goodness. Things which are too hot, too spicy, these are in the mode of passion. Things which are rotten, dead carcasses, meat, fish, eggs, onion, garlic, things that are smelly, things that have got some influence of creating a covering of the consciousness, that have been rotten or putrid for a long time. All these kind of things are considered tamasic. And they cause sleep, depression, anger. They cause all kinds of psychological effects to the consciousness. You want to always be happy and peaceful. First thing is control diet, control environment, control your dealings, and then spiritually purify the consciousness by chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. These are very important things. Our great rishis and the Vedas, they knew the science of living. They knew how to be happy. They knew how to have peace of mind. And they knew how to achieve spiritual perfection. So their whole essence is good Bhagavad Gita, postgraduate study of Srimad Bhagavatam. Lord Chaitanya has given for this age streamlined system. Nowadays people, they go to someone said that your bhakti yoga is like an antibiotic, just one little pill. Very powerful. You can take some big vitamin, so big. But the little antibiotic so strong, that much goes to the whole body. So bhakti yoga is like that. There's one movie, A Day in the Life in Hindi, Aayi Zindagi, Yeha, was it? Yeha Zindagi. There's one scene in there, Krishna appears, I don't know if you saw that, it's on tetramycin, like so everything, my sin. Mera pap, my sin. Huh? Sin meaning, it's all your sin. That's why you got all these medicines. You're sick because of your sin. So this is anti-sin. Hare Krishna, Bhakti Yoga is anti-sin. Eradicates all sins, eradicates all the paps, all the difficulties in life. It's a miracle drug. And it's for the whole family. It's not that Bhakti Yoga is like you have to be a sannyasi or to practice. It's for the families to practice. This was practiced since time immemorial. It's known as land of 5,000 temples. You only count about 25 temples. Big ones. Maybe now 100. How they say 5,000? Because every house is a temple. Even in Bangladesh, Dhaka used to be called the second Vrindavan. There were so many temples in all the houses before the partition of India. There are many places like that in India. Even now in Navadvip, there's thousands of temples in everyone's house. So that's what we want. All over the world, every house become a temple, every heart become a temple. We bring Krishna in our heart. You see, there are many different avatars. Why do we worship Krishna? Krishna is described in all the Vedas as the original personality of Godhead. And Krishna is the most merciful. Vishnu is hard to approach. He is very exalted, Narayana, very majestic, very difficult to approach him. Rama was a little easier, but he's also somewhat difficult because he's a king. Can't go to a king so easy. Krishna is a cowherd boy. You can easily approach him. So many people are having Krishna deity in the house. So many restrictions, even Shiva deity, you can't have a linga in the house. But Krishna, everyone can have in their house. They can worship Krishna, they can chant Hare Krishna. He is very merciful. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigrahanadi Adi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. For he is the original person. To describe actually there's no difference between Krishna and Ram and Vishnu. There's just different moods of the same Supreme Person. Prabhupada gave the example like High Court judge when he's sitting on the bench. He walks in the courtroom, everyone stands up, said, "My Lord." At that time, the little child can't go and sit on his lap, even if he's the grandfather. Because he's on the bench, that time it's very formal. But when he's back in the house, then his grandson can sit on the lap. Everyone can talk to him in a very informal way. So Krishna is like this Supreme Court justice back at the house. Krishna is the confidential form of the Supreme Lord. And Vishnu is a formal, majestic, official form. So it's much easier to approach Krishna in his intimate form than approach him in his majestic form. Ram is kind of in between. Kingly form. But they're the same person. Because Krishna, anytime he can make another rupa, ananta rupa, unlimited forms. So we hope that everyone will make their home into a temple. Let the children grow up in a temple environment. Let them grow up in that atmosphere, hearing bhajans, worshipping Krishna. See the nicely the children were dancing. The children can't sit and listen to the class so well, especially so late at night. They're a little restless. But the kirtans, they can all join in. Every family can do a bhajan with the kids. And they like to play the kartals. Even we have little fiberglass drums, unbreakable, for kids this big, if you want. We want to let the whole families be God conscious. In Bahrain, there was one family, they're also a big executive. So many families have told me that before, we have very good employment, everything, we have a big house, bungalow, everything, but we're not feeling happy, not feeling peace of mind. Since we started to chant Hare Krishna, we're experiencing a change in our life. Even now family relationship has also improved in so many ways. Every respect has become better because now there's a purpose to life. Otherwise before, it was a competition amongst even the family members. There was no common goal. But intelligent people, if they think about it, they can understand these things and see that it's much better to have a higher goal to life than just go like this fish blindly going into the trap. We play the game of material life, but we are not fooled by it. We know what's really behind. It is all superficial. Behind there's a much higher purpose. So the fact that all of you are regularly attending classes and learning this science is very encouraging, because you're all very qualified people. Certainly both here as well as wherever you come from, the leaders in the society have a big impact on many people. We'd like to see that people all over the world are able to develop their Krishna consciousness. It's not a Western import. This was brought from India to the West. Now Westerners are taking it out. But the culture is Indian culture, nothing else. It came from India. It's still being practiced in India by many saintly people. It's not a new thing, but what's happened is the essential points have been really taken out. There's so many things. Which is the one to do? How much time? We have limited time. So that's like that. We were talking about antibiotic. I just want to conclude now. That this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is described in the Pancharatra. You see, Lord Brahma, he had all the Vedic wisdom, but then two demons, Kaitava and Madhu, they came and stole away all his knowledge. So then he asked Lord Vishnu to give him the Vedic knowledge back. But he said, first just give me a synopsis, the essence. So I don't know how long I'll live. So in 5 nights, Lord Vishnu gave the basic practices of the Vedas that one can use to get to Krishna. It's known as the Pancharatra. And that gives all the deity worship and the practical aspects of Bhakti Yoga. In the Pancharatra it says all the agamas, all the practices, everything, the tapasyas, the mantra, all have been combined in the syllables Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribo, Haribo. So this is a capsule form. You just take advantage. You're getting everything. Everyone's working, there's no much time, but if you just take this, you get everything in one package. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And the fact that Westerners taking it up, that shows it works. Indians are already doing. It's their culture, but the fact that it works for the Russians, for the Chinese, for the Japanese, for the Africans. I was just in South Africa in December 15 for the Rath Yatra in Durban, and they had all the different Namhata groups from all over the country. Right now I think Nelson Mandela might still be in India. I don't know, he was just visiting there. He visited our temple twice in Durban, Africa, South Africa. They said that the Hare Krishna movement is a symbol of the new South Africa because we are integrated, totally integrated racially. We don't have any distinction between Indian, black, white, or any other race. Everyone is one spirit soul. So they said this is a symbol of the new South Africa, total integration. But we're always like that. We were like that even during apartheid. So in the South African Rath Yatra festival, there was a group came from Soweto. Soweto is a totally black African section of Johannesburg. And they have got their Kirtan Mandali. Now they sing their own tunes. They do like really fast Kirtan, heavy drum beats, 5-10 drums, boom, 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 boom. And they jumping up and down, and they do heavy dancing, spinning and dancing, really fired up. So here you can see they're all chanting, and they were really enjoying it. You had the Indian kirtan groups, a little more cultural, a little more sweet. But everyone was getting the juice from Hare Krishna. It didn't matter whether this tune or that tune or this race or that race. That mantra is universal. The thing is, the rest of the world now is taking advantage. Why should the Indians be left out of their own treasure? It's like, sometimes you can get, I saw here, you get Indian mangoes sometime in Muscat, you can't get in India. They export everything here. Right? Sometimes it's hard to get Alfonso mango in Bombay. You have to come to the Gulf, you can get it. It's like that. Even India is going to be like that. You won't get Hare Krishna in India, you'll get the rest of the world, everywhere. But it shouldn't be like that, should it? So that's why Prabhupada sent me and other devotees back to India. He said, you have to stay in India. Remind the Indians of their own culture. We don't have to teach a new thing. See, I know Indians already know these things, but they don't practice. That's the problem. So we just had to emphasize a little bit for them. And it's natural. All, not only Asians. It's very natural. Philosophy is very easily assimilated by any Asian. So we hope that everyone will take advantage of this mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Even if you don't take advantage, well, don't worry. The Russians are taking advantage, the South Africans, the Congo, the Japanese, everyone is taking advantage. But I've been assigned that I should make sure the Indians also take advantage. And the Asians should take advantage amongst the rest of the world. So, actually we need Indians to take the lead for spreading this all over the world. But at least the people can practice in their own life. That will be very important. Maybe when they retire, they can help to spread it. Husband and wife can do worldwide pilgrimages, teaching people. So we thank all of you for your cooperation, help. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Actually, this is all the mercy of His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He was in Vrindavan even at the age of 69, and he decided that, he didn't decide, but he got so many dreams where his guru came and told him that I ordered you so many years ago to preach this message to the West, now you have to do it. So who leaves at 70 years of age, who leaves India and goes preaching? He couldn't get even an airline ticket. No one would sponsor. So he got a ship, cargo ship from Scindia steamship. And 45 days he spent on the cargo ship to go to New York with only 40 rupees in his pocket and a box of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. And from that humble beginning, now you have a worldwide movement with over 500 branches and millions of people. The Time, Newsweek magazine said it's the fastest growing religion in Eastern Europe. Over 20 million Bhagavad Gitas were distributed in the past 3 years in Russia alone. We have many obstacles and hurdles to get over, though. But we have a very great hope. Prabhupada, he did such a big sacrifice, went around the world 14 times. His centennial is coming in 1996. This is the last year, 1995. It'd be nice if something can be done. Many Indians don't even know Prabhupada. They don't know his contribution, how he sacrificed to save the whole world and give this Indian culture, the Indian philosophy, the Vedic Sanatan Dharma to the whole world. So I hope at least everyone can know about Prabhupada this year in preparation of the centennial. and have some special program maybe for the children so they can know about Prabhupada, who is the ambassador of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for the world, ambassador of Sanatana Dharma. Shri Prabhupada ki, Shri Prabhupada ki, Bhagavad Gita ki. Any question? Prashnas? An incarnation and a guru. Who do we say is an incarnation of Krishna? As was mentioned in the verse today, there's Anu Atmas and Vibhu Atmas. There's small individual souls and there's a great soul. We are all small souls. Guru is also a small soul. He's Anu Atma. But he is representing the Vibhu Atma, the Supreme Soul. So Guru is a messenger of the Supreme Person. And he is there to guide people back to the Lord. So he's a special emissary, specially empowered to give out mercy from the Lord. But he's not God. He's not a Vibhu Atma. He's the Anu Atma with some divine grace. That's why the Guru is sometimes called His Divine Grace or Sri Srimad. To be a Guru, one has to first become a disciple. After being a disciple, then one eventually becomes a Guru. It's called Guru Parampara, or disciplic succession. From Guru to disciple to Guru, and this way it goes on. Now, avatar, we are in the material world. This material world is in one corner of existence. All around the material world, there's a vast spiritual sky which is unlimited, that is known as Vaikuntha. In that spiritual sky there is many Vaikuntha lokas, which is where Narayana resides. There's no birth, no death, no old age, no disease there. Everyone is a Mukta Atma. All the Anu Atmas are liberated. There's two types of Anu Atmas. There's Nitya Mukta and Nitya Baddha. Those who are eternally liberated and those who are eternally damned, eternally conditioned. So we have somehow become eternally conditioned here in the material world. But we can change our category to eternally liberated by the process of Bhakti Yoga. If we learn from a Guru who is a Bhakti Yogi, who is a devotee, Krishna says, Bhaktamam Amijanati, only my devotee can know me. Nobody else can know me. I remain a mystery for the world. I reveal myself to my devotees. Just like you won't tell your household secret to everyone and anyone, but if someone is adopted or your own child, you'll tell eventually so many secrets. So if we become a devotee, confidential devotee of the Lord, He reveals His secrets to us. That is the mystery. Now the Lord, when He comes, what does avatar mean? Avatar is a Sanskrit word which comes from the word avataran, or the descent. Just like when the airplane is coming down, the descent is called the avataran, even in modern language, Indian language. The descent. So the Lord is avatar, means He is coming from the spiritual world. In English we call incarnation. Incarnation is not a perfect word. It's a crude translation. The Lord is actually, avatar is correct. He's descending down from the spiritual world. He comes into this world occasionally. He says, I come in every yuga. Sambhavami juge juge. dharma samsthapanarthaya, to establish dharma in the world. The Lord lives in His spiritual world, but He comes here to give us direction and give us guidance to return back to the spiritual world and to live an orderly life in the material world. A godly life. When things get too indisciplined down here and the devas can't hold the show together, then they pray for Vishnu to come down, and he comes as an avatar. It's not that somebody can become an avatar. Either you're an avatar or you're not. Either you're a Vishnu who has descended, or you're an Anu Atma, you're just an individual soul. Individual souls can get powers. They can get certain mystic powers through yoga, through worshipping devas. They can get certain powers. That doesn't make them an avatar. It's not by popular vote or even by showing some magic tricks you become an avatar. There's 3 symptoms of avatar mentioned in Shastra. First of all, any avatar has to be scheduled. It has to be mentioned in the Vedas that such an avatar will come. Without being mentioned by the Vedas, no one is accepted as an avatar. Now, in the description, it will give some special characteristics. So, avatars should have these special characteristics. First, there should be an avatar mentioned, and then he should fulfill the characteristics mentioned in the Vedas. The third thing is he should do some exceptional, superhuman, wonderful activities which normally nobody can do. Those 3 qualities should be there. Now, it's mentioned in various parts of the Vedas that the Lord is known as Tri-Yuga. Tri-Yuga means He comes in 3 of the yugas. There's the Satya, Treta, Dwapara Yuga. And the 4th Yuga is Kali Yuga. The Lord doesn't come in Kali Yuga as a proclaimed avatar. Anyone who says, I'm God, I'm an avatar, I'm Krishna, in Kali Yuga, you can know he's bogus, by definition. Because the Lord will never publicly say that, even He comes in Kali Yuga, He'll never say that publicly. He may privately say, but publicly He won't say. He might get discovered. Like Buddha, he's an empowered avatar. There's 6 different, there's a big science. The Vedas explain so many types of avatars. There's Leela avatar, Juga avatar, Manvanta avatar. Then there's the Archa avatar, Shaktavesh avatar. Different types of avatars are there. So Krishna is the origin of all avatars. He is called Avatari. He's source of avatars. From Him, He can make so many expansions. Normally the avatars are Vishnu coming down, but sometimes Krishna Himself comes down. So Krishna came on this planet 5,000 years ago, just in the previous Dwapara Yuga. So after that, Krishna said, I'll come again. There's some work I didn't finish. He wanted to find out. There were 3 works He didn't finish. One was that even though in Kali Yuga was coming, His devotees said that we're being deprived of you. We want to get your bhakti but you're going, because He was leaving. So He said, I'll come back and I'll give you bhakti. But I'll come back as a devotee. I won't come back as the Lord. Because I want to also understand why my devotee feels so much happiness and worshipping me. He was accused by Rukmini that you are the Lord. So you have this Purusha understanding of enjoying, but you don't know what we the Prakritis are feeling. You don't know what your bhaktas are feeling. You can understand our inner feeling. It's kind of the symbol, just like many times, men and women have a different psychology even in the material life. It's that we're all reflections of the Supreme. So they are accusing that, Krishna, you're the Lord, but you don't know what your bhaktas are feeling for you. Because you never become a bhakta. If you want to know what we are feeling, you have to become a bhakta like we are. So then Krishna said, I'll come as a bhakta. And to do that, he took the bhakti of Radha and took her color also. So Krishna came as Lord Chaitanya with the color of Radha. Therefore his golden color is known as Gauranga. Gauranga! Gauranga! So he had this and also another confidential reason for coming. Now, in the Vedas, in about 15 places, at least 15 places, it's mentioned in Kali Yuga, Krishna descends from the spiritual world as a bhakta. In Bhagavad 12th chapter canto, it mentions, Krishna Varnam Trisa Krishnang Sangopangastu Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayaya Yajanti Hi Sumedasaha. That Krishna comes in the Kali Yuga singing his own names, spreading the Yagya, Sankirtana Prayaya. He comes down and spreads Sankirtan, the congregational chanting of the holy names. So saying Krishna descends in Kali Yuga. Sango Pangastu Parshadam. He doesn't come alone. He comes with his Sango, with his Saango, with his expansions, with his Paango, with his pure energies and devotees. Parshada means his devotees. Ashtra means weapons. He has his weapons of love. The Bhagavatam, the Kartals, the Midranga, these are his divine weapons, spiritual, loving weapons. No weapon of violence. Yajanti hi sumedasa. Those who are very intelligent, they will join his movement. This is given in the Vedas, given in Bhagavad. Similarly, in all the Puranas, you'll find different references to some golden avatar who's born son of Sachi, born in land of Navadvip, Adi Puran, Agni Puran. Even in the Vishnu Sahasranam, one of the names of Vishnu is Hemanga. Hema is golden, Anga is form, so Gauranga or Hemanga. Hemanga is one of the names of Lord Chaitanya. Vishnu comes in his golden form as Hemanga, as Gauranga. So when Lord Chaitanya was going to Jagannath Puri, he fainted in front of the Jagannath deity. At that time he was taken by the great priest, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, to his house. He was the chief pandit of the king and the greatest scholar of the time in Orissa. So he found that Lord Chaitanya was not breathing, no heartbeat, but he then took some cotton by the nostril and found that there was just some slight movement. So he knew he was in Samadhi. So he knew he was a Mahabhagavat, he was a great devotee. He didn't accept him as an avatar at first. His cousin brother said, he's avatar. He's Krishna, this is his Leela. He's come as a bhakta. But he said, just because you tell me, I won't accept. But later he saw so many Shastric evidences was predicted. Then later he found Lord Chaitanya personally gave a commentary on one sloka from the Vedas in 64 different ways, in such a way that he saw that no human being could give such an explanation. And he was feeling so many changes in his own consciousness by being with Lord Chaitanya. He begged him, you please reveal who you are. And then Lord Chaitanya showed his form as Krishna to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. So like that, there's some practical. But publicly, he would never show anyone. He always took the role as a bhakta. So why we accept him is first because the Vedas say he has all the qualities mentioned in the Vedic prediction that Krishna would come as an avatar, as a bhakta. And the third thing is what Lord Chaitanya did, the miracles he did to give all the people love of God. It is said that even Vishnu cannot give love of God so freely. He gives moksha freely. Only Krishna can give prema, or love of Godhead, freely. So because Lord Chaitanya was giving this bhakti to everyone, anyone who chants his name, you don't even have to, even today, if we just chant, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Siva Sari Gaur Bhaktavinda. You go on chanting and then you chant Hare Krishna, you feel some devotion. It's very powerful. Even his name is powerful. What to speak of when he was personally present. So because of all these reasons and evidences, which I'm just explaining in a very short time, I could go on speaking for about 3 weeks or 1 whole year on this topic. If you read Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila, then it gives many of the evidences why we accept Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the avatar of Krishna. It's not sentimental. It's not like like so many people say their Guru is the avatar. We don't say our Guru is avatar. We say our Guru is Guru. He's a pure devotee. He's a Mahabhagavat. We don't say he's an avatar. We say Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is an avatar because Shastra says that. Shastra predicted and he fulfills all the predictions. Same mother, same place, same time, same qualities. Otherwise, we don't accept other people when they say they're avatar. We respect them only as sadhus. Is that clear? Very much. Those who like prasadam, please come.